What's going on, guys, and welcome back. In this episode we're going to work on the Honda. So I want to make side skirts because I ordered a set of side skirts for like $200, and you know what happened? They couldn't find them in the warehouse, and I don't really like a lot of the other side skirts that I keep seeing, and I keep thinking about how much money they are and how much I've spent on body parts, fiberglass stuff in general, and I kind of want to stop doing it. I kind of want to learn how to make my own fiberglass stuff, and I think side skirts are probably the easiest thing to learn how to do. So I want to start there. So my plan is to make an extension on the factory side skirt, and then fiberglass over that whole thing as one, and then remove the fiberglass, probably take out my supports that are going to be made of wood. I brought some scrap wood home from work to work with, right in there. So yeah, I tinted the rear windows on the Avalanche here, 9% now in the back. I love it. It looks so good. And then that's 35%. That's the legal limit in Connecticut, but that's 9%. Back windows 10. But yeah, really digging the tints. I like the dark ones. I think I'm going to redo the Honda darker, just like this. Go dark in the back, like 10 in the back. And then on the way back, probably do like 10 or 15. But anyway, that's for a later date. But yeah, I'll show you guys what we got going on in here. Garage is a mess, but you know, nothing gets done if your garage is clean. You're not doing any work. But factory side skirt right here. This one is still on. The other one is removed. I'll show you guys the clips. It's actually pretty cool. So all of these little white clips that you see under here, what happens is the side skirt just slides out of those. So I think it slides forward to come off and backwards to seat. So underneath the car, there's a bunch of those screw pop clips. So you gotta unscrew them. I don't even bother unscrewing them. I just like break them off. I'm gonna buy more clips for this entire car because I've broken all of them. They're all so old. But I just snap them off, and then I push the whole thing forward after I learned how it worked and broke half the clips. But you know, you won't make my mistake. I'm learning for you. So yeah, slide the whole side skirt forward and it comes right off. And I have it outside. I'll grab it. All right, so here is the side skirt. So this is the part that goes under the car. You don't see any of this. This is all underneath. And this is the part that's under the car. Actually goes under the car pretty far. So what I plan to do is use pieces of wood, I think, to make some sort of spacer here. Space it out here and here and get it to come down a ways. And then once I do that, I'm going to put like another board on here, and then I'm going to try to drape something over this whole unit. I guess attach it up here, drape it over the whole unit, which will probably stick out a good amount further to make the side skirts kind of wider, give it a wider stance there. And yeah, I don't know. I guess we're just going to have to see how it goes. I kind of have an idea in my head of how I want to do it, but like anything else, I never can really figure it out until I just start doing it. So I'll probably throw it on a time lapse, and I'm just going to sit here and think about this for a while and start, you know, nailing some boards onto it or something. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm doing. So, you know, you guys are going to see my process here, and maybe it'll make more sense as I start to do something. Okay, so I didn't exactly film everything because I had some friends come over and I helped them change their oil. Again, same friends, different car. Yeah, I'm giving lessons over here, oil change lessons. If you guys need them, let me know. Just kidding. But yeah, this guy right here is pretty much good to go. So essentially what I did was, I'll show you. I put these two pieces of 1 inch width, but it's 3/4 inch material, so it should space me down an inch. And this stuff is I don't know, like a 1/4 inch. It's like 3/16 or something like that. So it's pretty thin stuff. So that on top of here won't be too much. So it'll be a little over an inch once I get finished with all the. Probably be about 1.25 inches once I get done with all my fiberglass and everything. So 1.25 inches lower than it already is now, which I don't think is unreasonable. Plus, I'd like to get bigger tires and potentially bigger wheels in the future. So we'll see. But yeah, basically, yeah, that's it. So I cut this guy on the table saw just now downstairs. I cut it to 5.5 inches. So I made a mark for where this guy's gonna go on here. And this is gonna sit on here. Not gonna be able to line this thing up that good with one hand, but you get the idea. So it's gonna sit on there like that, and I'm gonna staple it on there, just like a couple of tack staples, like 1, 2, 3 or something on a low pressure, just to just barely put it on, just so I can see exactly what it's gonna be like. And then I think I'm gonna come up here with a marker and try to trace out my design on this piece right here. And so once I get this piece all traced out, I'll take it back off, pry it back off, I'll cut it, and then at that point I can make another one of those, and I'll make it the reverse so I can be sure that I have exactly the same piece for the other side so that the skirts look exactly the same, because I don't want to make them not look the same. And then once I have that, I can do the same thing to the other skirt, and then I can start doing the fiberglass work. I should probably do them both at the same time so that they're both the same. But yeah, I want to have one on the car for like mock-up, just to see what it looks like on the car. So I think my plan for the design is I made this line right here. This is about where the factory side skirt starts to kind of flare out. You might be able to see it. It goes from here and then it starts to shoot out that way. So I think from this point, I'm gonna make it like an angle from here all the way out. I don't know if I'll go all the way out to here. Maybe that'd be kind of extreme, but if I came out to like right here, I think it would be a decent amount wider. Maybe I will go out like to here and draw the angle, and we'll see what it looks like. And then in the front, I'm gonna do the same, but from this point too. So from the front all the way to there, it'll be much wider of an angle, so it won't be as dramatic as the back. And I think I want the back to flare out more. That's why I want to look at the car and see exactly what I want. And then essentially, yeah, it's just going to be a basic like flared this way and flared that way. And then I'll see if I can drape something over it and wrap it around, and we'll see if we can make it look kind of cool. And then if it looks cool, good. If not, I guess back to the drawing board. But we can always add stuff like vents or something in here, like could always add like a recessed area over here. I mean, there's stuff that we can do to make it look cooler. So I guess we're just gonna have to see what I come up with as far as a design. But I don't really want to do anything too crazy. But I want like a basic side skirt, but I'd like it to be a bit wider and a bit lower. So that's all I really have in mind. But hopefully they turn out good. I guess we'll have to see. Alright, so you can see my idea here is kind of working out. I got it going all the way to the edge on that side and all the way to the edge on the other side. I'm going to make it as wide as possible first. If I don't like it, I can always change it, but we'll see how it looks super wide. I did a few measurements, and I don't think it should be a huge deal to have it be wide, like much wider than the stock side skirt. I think I have room for it, and I think it'll look cool because it's going to come from the top here is where it'll be draped. So everything from here on out should be normal, but it'll just come out like this after that. So it should be pretty cool if it comes out like on an angle out to here. I think, anyway. I think it'll be cool. We'll have to see. Yeah. But I'm gonna go find a way to cut this that's on the straighter side, I guess it doesn't matter too much because it's all fiberglass and I'll have to, you know, work my way through it anyway. Maybe the cloth will straighten it out a bit. But yeah, I don't want all kinds of ripples in it. So I'm gonna see what the best way to do it is. Yeah, I don't know, not sure yet. So I went ahead and cut another one and cut it all out, and you can see where it's kind of different. And the point of this is I'm gonna sand them together, and that way they'll be exactly the same. And I'll try to mount them in the exact same location as well. And then that way we will have the same side skirts in 2 locations, as opposed to, you know, me making them a little bit different. So doing them at the same time is the best way to do it. So I'm gonna do this, and I'll cut the other pieces too. And I might even pull the other one off and get started, but pretty much ready to tack these bottom pieces on and start wrapping some cloth around it. I just got to figure out what I'm going to use for cloth. So as you saw from that last video, I clamped them, or I didn't really clamp them, I stapled them together, and then just in 3 spots where I can pull the staples out easily, I had the pressure down low so they don't sink very far. It still kind of looks a little bit wavy to me, but I think it'll be okay. It's pretty close. I think it looks good enough. I don't think that you're going to see the waves down there, and I can always smooth it out with you know, fiberglass Bondo, which is what I'm going to use, because, you know, it's really durable and will add a lot of stiffness to this part. So we're going to add the Bondo glass to it after that, but we're a ways away from that stage still. So what I'm going to do now is pull these apart, and I think I'm either going to pull off the other side skirt, or I might just tack that one onto here, and then we can get a look at, you know, what it's going to look like. And I got to see if I can find some fabric that I can stretch over this and start stapling, and then we can have our shape all filled out, and we'll see exactly what the side skirt's going to look like in the end. So I found a piece of fleece, which is honestly ideal to use fleece because it's like really thick. It's got like a thick nap to it, so it's gonna soak up a lot of the resin. So I think I might be able to do a first coat of just painting the resin on this, but I gotta make sure I stretch it really good. So what I want to do is I'm gonna bring this down to where I have these staples going into my wood underneath, and I'm gonna try to put this here and staple it to the wood. And I'm gonna go along pulling it tight and stretching it as I go, and yeah, just trying to get it on there as good as I can. And we'll see, maybe I'll start in the middle and work my way out from both sides to stretch it, because you really want to get it tight, and I want it taut so that you know, we don't have any sag going on in the skirt, so because then that's more that I have to fill in, so I'd like it to be nice. So I've never done this before. I know I've seen this done before. I've seen it done with a front bumper. They made a custom front bumper, so I don't see why I couldn't work with this. I have plenty of fleece here, so if I mess it up, you can start over. But yeah, it would be nice to get it done in one shot. So I kind of have it centered on here, and I'm just going to start throwing some staples in. Like I said, probably from the center, and work my way out. And then we'll see what we can do. Okay, so I definitely started getting ahead of myself there. I got all excited about it. I thought it was looking really sweet. So I started firing staples in here and there and just started cranking this thing on, and I realized I'm not going to be able to get this off in the end, I don't think. So I need to prep this so that when I go to take the fiberglass piece off, I can actually get it off. So I think I'm going to do some research on what the best thing to do is. I've seen Vaseline, but I know that's specifically on a fiberglass mold, so I don't know what the best thing to use on plastic and on this wood under here is. I'm not really sure, so I want to find out what the best thing to do is. Maybe I'm thinking aluminum foil, so I might just wrap this in aluminum foil and then wrap this in aluminum foil, and then the fiberglass shouldn't stick to anything. So then I'll just, wrap it with the fleece and then fiberglass it, and then it should just come right off. Theoretically, I guess we'll have to see if it works like that. But yeah, that remains to be seen. Alright guys, so the GoPro's about to die, but you can see that I got everything completely covered in aluminum foil, so our resin should not stick to anything. So I'm going to do what I was doing before and wrap this fleece over it. But yeah, I'm going to lose the GoPro any second now, but I'm calling it for tonight. I'll probably work on it in a couple more nights. Yeah, we'll see what happens when I get some resin on it. Hopefully it does what I want it to. I like to come around this way, down in here, and then flat onto here, and that would be ideal. And then when I break it off, I'm hoping that I can take it off easily without breaking it. I'm not sure the best way though. Maybe come inside of here and cut the staples from the bottom, release it, and then I can pull it apart a little bit. I'm not really sure. I'll figure it out, cross that bridge when I get there. But yeah, I dig it. It's pretty cool. I think it's gonna work. So yeah, I'll pick up on it pretty soon. Alright guys, so it is a new day and I'm ready to start pulling the fleece over this thing again, but this time I'm actually gonna be ready for it. So I got my aluminum foil all laid out and taped. Now resin won't stick to tape supposedly, and it won't stick to aluminum foil, but either way this stuff should all just peel right off really easily. So hopefully I'm able to get the factory skirt out of the inside. That's going to be the goal. If not, we'll just keep beating on it till it comes out, but hopefully it comes out. So I'm going to go ahead and stretch the fleece over it, and then I'll cut it in the areas that I need to. And that way we should have a nice tight fleece here, and then hopefully it takes the correct shape and looks decent. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw the time lapse on, see if I can stretch the fleece, staple it down, and then I guess after that gotta do the next one, which is gonna stink, but gotta do both sides. So there it is in all of its glory. Looks really good. I'm actually really impressed. This curvature back here is a little bit dramatic for me. that's in the front, but maybe it'll end up being kind of cool. I think it's probably going to be tough to sand in those areas. Maybe not. I don't know. I'll figure it out. It's my first time, so I have no idea how this is going to come out, but so far so good. I mean, the edges look good. It's pretty taut. I tried to stretch it as tight as I could. It's really holding a good shape. Like you can see the shape that it's got going on here. You can see it flares out at the back here, comes back in like I wanted it to, and then it flares out at the end over here. So I'm hoping that it looks good and that it fits. Yeah, I hope I can get it out of its mold when I'm all, you know, when everything's all said and done. That's why I tin foiled it. So hopefully it works. Just hoping for the best here, but we'll see. So at this point, I need to go ahead and make the other one, which I haven't really done yet. So I have measurements to make it. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the other one off the car here and get working on that. So yeah, I'm going to do that one off camera because I already really showed you guys the process, and I don't want to bore you with showing you the other one, and I don't even want to do it, to be honest, but this is what it is. The fun part's coming up, so I'll keep that in mind. We're going to get to fiberglass these things in the next video. So next video will be fiberglassing and making them into an actual part, and we'll try to bust them out of their little molds. So yeah, wish me luck here. I'm going to go ahead and make the other one, but thanks for watching, guys, and subscribe to see more on this build and more on this car. Definitely more to come. After the side skirts, we've got tons of other paint and body to do, and you know, once the paint and body's done, there's definitely going to be some more motor stuff going on. So stay around in the long term for that. That'll be here soon. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.